The system, which you may have seen, I hope you've seen, it's very cool, it's a very old system, was called, you analyse, it's today called the Early Alert Indicators Dashboard. A good friend who's now retired, long retired, Stanik Strahl, created the system. It's currently run by Professor Miriam Fernandez in my old team in the UK.
It is 9 o'clock. This is BTV News live from the capital, Gaborone. I am Khomotso Mapani. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi highlighted the significance of active participation of women in local and international trade. Vice President Mr. Slamba Tswane has called for institutional and financial support for the African Center of Fertilizer Development. And in sports, the Botswana 4x4 relay team that won gold at the just-ended World Athletics arrived back home. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. Speaking at the Trade and Investment Women in Diaspora session in Dallas, Texas, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi highlighted the significance of active participation of women in local and international trade as it can boost economic development. He said that women in trade are faced with diverse challenges, hence the need to provide them with the necessary skills that could help them grow. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says the government of Botswana is committed to ensuring that there is wider participation of women in continental economy by availing procurement services earmarked for businesses owned by women.
Women's participation in trade at local and international levels can boost their contribution to sustainable economic development. It can also reduce gender disparities by affording women more employment opportunities throughout Africa, including in my own country, in Botswana. Many women, despite their important roles as heads of households and pillars of their communities, face the challenge of poverty. Empowering these exceptional women to become successful entrepreneurs is a fitting way to enhance their livelihoods. In my own native country, Botswana, the government is committed to strengthening women's participation in the continental economy by ensuring that there is greater public procurement earmarked for women-owned businesses.
Meanwhile, the Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tswane, has called for institutional and financial support of the African Center of Fertilizer Development based in Harare, Zimbabwe, as it has the potential to encourage and support fertilizer development in Africa. Speaking at the ongoing special summit of heads of state and government of the African Union on Africa, fertilizer and soil health in Nairobi, Kenya this morning, Mr. Tswane emphasized the importance of fertilizers in securing food security in the continent. Tlotlang Matlabapiri.
African leaders, governments and other participants across the agriculture value chain are gathered in Nairobi, Kenya to deliberate on Africa's decline in soil quality of farmland that negatively impacts agricultural production capacity and food security in the continent, with challenges including supply chain disruptions, severe climate change conditions. These leaders are determined to transform Africa from a hungry continent into a surplus producer and a self-sufficient global breadbasket.
We should consider soil management practices in planning for adaptation to mitigation of climate change and maintaining biodiversity. Botswana is taking steps towards the development of a national fertilizer strategy. This will be aligned to our national priorities and continental aspirations. Our aim is to strengthen fertilizer sector and to increase fertilizer utilization for the betterment of agricultural productivity and food security.
It is up to the continent to lead a pragmatic technological revolution to transform this key sector if we are to move beyond the classic strategies since Abuja and reinforce our implementation capacities. Agriculture remains a strategic and a key lever for continental industrialization and the creation of jobs that are also vital for development, stability, and prosperity.
Meanwhile, soil health and fertilizer is important as Africa has 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land, which presents a huge potential that the continent has to produce affordable fertilizers and boost agricultural production in the continent.
That potential is immense. And unlocking that potential is central to our economic growth. Because unlocking that potential not only gives us an opportunity to feed our people and this continent, but also it gives us an opportunity for us to engage in agro-processing, value addition, manufacturing with agro-based raw materials.
Africa currently spends billions of dollars in food and fertilizer imports per year. Greater efforts must be made to leverage the availability of raw materials for the local production of mineral fertilizers.
These leaders reiterated the need for regional investment collaboration to enhance self-sufficiency in fertilizer manufacturing. Meanwhile, the end of the summit is expected to produce a 10-year action plan which will consider concrete recommendations on action to be taken by African leaders and stakeholders. Totlam Matlabapiri, BTV News.
The Minister of Education, Skills and Development, Dr. Douglas Lesola-Thebe, has implored learning institutions to embrace the ever-changing landscape within the education sector, which thrives on the use of technology, stating that these include being open-minded to endless opportunities created by artificial intelligence, despite some disadvantages. He said this during the International Open and Distant Learning Conference in Gaborone, hosted by the Botswana Open University.
The Open and International Learning Conference attracted delegates from 10 African countries to create a valuable platform to make deliberations on the best strategies for learning, collaborations, and the use of technology to improve quality of learning. The need for institutions to increase capacity was said to be pivotal to place it at par with all the evolving and emerging trends of technologies to open up more advanced ways of learning.
Gone are the days of static textbooks and rigid schedules. Today, we are witnessing a surge in technological innovations, transforming how learners engage with knowledge. From interactive online platforms, mobile learning implications, artificial intelligence. I want to repeat that, Prof. Artificial intelligence. Technology is opening new avenues for effective and engaging ODL experiences. We are indeed witnessing a new era in ODL. Professors, lecturers, they will agree with me that nowadays AI got its advantages and also disadvantages.
We aim to showcase innovative practices in teaching and learning, explore best practices in assessment, and delve into critical areas such as technology adoption, research, partnerships, and support services.
Though many institutions are hung up on the conventional way of learning, it remains fundamental to take up and incorporate innovation in order to remain relevant.
Any of those reports will tell you that 50% of all employees by 2025 will need reskilling. There is no chance that conventional education can deliver that. They will tell you that half of today's young people will get to adulthood without necessarily skills combined. Half of everybody won't have the skills they need, and conventional education cannot do that. No amount of bricks, no amount of mortar, no amount of desks will ever be able to fix this problem, but open education can, and it is in innovation. Innovation is the key, understanding the importance of change, understanding the drivers of change. You can be there. Policy in lockstep with your practice so that you're thinking carefully about how the institution will change with all of its policies and practices alongside any new thing you want to do. Welcome to open learning.
Government setting critical agendas and policies that aligns to the best systems of learning and practices came highly recommended. Kiletlelezwe, Somulekai, PTV News, Gaborone.
A 9-year-old girl reported missing on the 7th of this month in Motopi Cattle Post near East Hanahai in the Khanzi district was found alive yesterday in BOTSWANA Cattle Post, a few kilometers away from where she was last seen. BTV News team was part of the search party, joining forces with the police as well as the community to search for the child. Leseho Mokwaisi with the report.
A sweet reunion between a mother and a daughter. Khanzi police stated that it was reported that on the 7th, a 9-year-old girl was sent to a nearby cattle post to buy a baking powder, and the child did not return home. Upon inquiring about her child's whereabouts, the mother was informed that the child had long left the tuck shop, and the matter was then reported to the police as the child did not show up at home. The community was mobilized to search for the missing girl, with police joining them at a later stage. The search yesterday bore fruit as upon arrival at BOTSWANA Cattle Post, the owner informed them that the child had just arrived here.
Irla rakad na kunyantsabo 12 mtsegareana ke bona ngwana yana tswa ka hantle ka hae ke re ha se ne ngwana eo bana yana ba ba re nya e gora re kene mme o rile ra gore ga ka motse ka re nna o tswa kae a ba nthare ke tswa ha motsi wa ga Molefi ke ya ko lapeng ke gore a ka a tswa ha motsi o na ga tena rumula ha go one jaano a ya ko lapeng ke motsa ke o batla ya ba rena ke batla metsi ke mra ke nyame metsi ke ya ba a tsa kopi ele ene o tsang kopi ga go itshela metsi ya ka lo tla lo itlela antsa a tswa le go nwa teyana
ka lesoga ba getso mapodisi le bang ba famarana ba ile go batla ngwana mme ka lesego ngwana nai a bona le go morate ke mongwe gate BOTSWANA syndicate go le ba ngwana a ikisitse go jarteng ya teng eo mme ya ka re bua yana ngwana o isitswe hospitaleng ka gore go le ba gana lapile mme ke tsa gore batsadi ba ta bogela ka kganya ngwana e gore ngwana o bonetse o siame.
The police have applauded the community for taking it upon themselves to start the search even before they arrived.
Dikgantse tsa bana ba timetse di a tshwenya bogolo yang ko merakeng ne re kopa re le mapodisi gore a bana ba re ba rongwa ba tsamaele mo mogolwane gore se ka gana le dikgantsweng tsa gore ngwana ga a bone ngwana o tsamaile ga a bone re leboga ba gaetsho ka la mapodisi ya ba dira tiro e leng ba le nosi ya ka re bua we are in partnership with the community mme re lebogela thata le ka moso mo gore ga go na le seemo se ba gaetsho a re na di thusaneng re.
Parents, especially those staying in remote areas, were advised to always ensure they accompany their children when sent to run errands, as they know the routes better. Leso Mokwaisi, BTV News, Motopi Cattle Posts.
The Parliamentary Caucus on Women recently organized a prayer session in Lentswe to pray against social ills tormenting societies. Lentswe Mopani area member of Parliament, Ms. Naniki Makwenja, who is also the Assistant Minister of Education and Skills Development, revealed that she believes issues of gender-based violence and substance abuse can only be overcome through uniting in prayer. Lizzie Class reports.
The Parliamentary Caucus on Women is made up of women in Parliament and is mandated to shed a spotlight on women's rights. Recently, they invited different churches to stand with them in prayer against the social ills such as gender-based violence, which in most cases affect women and girl children. The women also prayed against the rampant drug and substance abuse.
Ga go nniwe hatshe mo malapeng go buiwe ka tekatekanyo ke go rotloetsa gore go nne le sabe se se tona mo itsholelong re bue ka dikgang tse gore bomme le bone ba na le tshwanelo ya gore ba nne le sabe mo itsholelong
go le botlhokwa gore ba tle kwano ba tlo go rapela le rona re le mmogo gore go ngamasula a ntseng a re diragalla kana a leng teng mo lehatsheng la rona gongwe a ka kokobala
ba Ministry of Defense and Security ba ileng gore ba ime ka dinao le bone go bona gore kgokgontsho go tsisa melao e gagametseng e leng gore ke gopola gore maloba le na la yutlwa ha re le mo parlamenteng.
Meanwhile, women were urged to step up and also stand for themselves in fighting issues of gender-based violence as they affect them the most.
Mo comfort zone re itse gore kgokgontsho rotlhe ya re ama a re ga go ntse go temo le polole re be re itse gore le rona mo lentswe le tabo re balwa mo teng.
On other issues, the Parliamentary Caucus organized different government initiative departments who enlightened women on the services they offer and how they can use them to enhance their lives.
Ha me a tsisa le ra tsisa re ta re lebella gore mme o tsisitse meng ha re ka mothusa ra be re thusitse batho ba le batlhano ko lwapeng
re ba tlhatlhella mo go tsa dikgwebo gore ba ithuse ba ikemele ba tswe mo lehumeng mme le gone manano a mantsi ya go leka re tlile le bo maitsanape gore ba le rutuntse betso.
Gender-based violence and drug and substance abuse are condemned, with communities being called to put an end to these illicit acts. Lizzie Glass, BTV News, Lentswe.
Shashe Bridge Ward residents in Maung West have raised concerns they continue to face, such as delayed land allocations, slow electricity connections, and stock theft, amongst others. They shared these challenges during a Khotla meeting addressed by Maung West Member of Parliament, Mr. Dumelang Saleshando. Maretha Kaisara reports.
Majority of Shashe Bridge residents say they have been squattering in their plots upon realizing that the BOTSWANA Land Board delays issuing them plots. They said they have difficulties with connecting electricity to their homes because they do not have legal documents that certify ownership of such plots. They explained that few years back, the land board took their plots measurements with an intention of giving them plots, something that never happened.
Re mejarelwa setsa ka 2019 o itela lo gompieko a re ya tella bohelo go gotwe bodi ga ya go ga iyo
se mo sa ditsela ra le ka go bua ka ne tsela e tswa go makgaoganyetso a ditsela ya go taha ke ne ka tlhalosa re tsela e ga ya siama e mothaba mo ile gore kolo ya clinic ha e taela hale e hella go no batho ba sikara dikgisa botsa bana ka diata ba isa kwa le di box tsa melemo di sikara ho di isiwa kwa
tsenywa ke kgaelengwe hela ye ya mana le bogodu dwa leruo ga re tama batho o ithele le gore gompieno ke ithela kgomo a mitsentswe mo batho ga ita gone hale ha kita ke lemoga kwa tonya ga intshiwe ya thabiwa gora rena kgomo ya me ha isetse itseni mo batho ka dikeletso tsa batho ba sele. The
BOTSWANA Land Board encouraged Shashe Bridge residents to be patient and to hopefully await assistance.
go apola gone ga gona ka go itsa go apolela le tota la lona ha le gore bona le mongwe ha le gore tota o batla go tsenya kopo ya le tota o gololesegile gore a tsamaye go ofising a ye go tsaya difomo re mo tlhalosetse gore ga o kwadisa le tota la gago go tlhokagala eng le gore ga o ja boswa jwa le tota la gago go tlhokagala eng
kore ga gona sepe se o ka sebetsang ko ga lona o sena lehatshe a ka kwa bitsa phego kana loapi o lebetsa ko ga lona le ha o re o nna mo Botswana o ra o nna mo lehatshe ga o re o nna mo phego go ra gore bothoko jwa lehatshe re boetse go lekana le mongwe le mongwe o tshwanetse gore a bothaloganye jalo gore ga o sena lehatshe ga o na go ka go bitsang ko ga lona
a mme go ntse go buiwa go te Batswana ba takola motlakase wa mahala bogolo yang ba itshwarelo e hatase a le lona lo mo teng a mme lo ka bona motlakase lo sena ditankana tsa bonno ke yone kgang e leng gore ba le bantsi ba tshwentse mo tsatsing leno ba batla go tswa ha e rarabolotse.
Member of Parliament for Mount West, Mr. Dumelan Salishando, and Gami Member of Parliament, Mr. Caterpillar Hikwama, promised their community members that they will take their complaints to relevant authorities. Marata Kaisara, BTV News, Maung.
In other news, digitalizing the facility management sector remains a critical component in keeping facilities healthy, safe and productive at all times. Embracing new technology in the facility management space has been at the forefront of taking the sector to greater heights. The remarks were made yesterday by the Director of Dikago Facilities Solutions, Mr. Michael Mafa, at the annual World Facilities Management Day in Gaborone. Mojadi Mukibelo.
Embracing new technology in the facility management space has been at the forefront of taking the sector to greater heights. Through the integration of new innovation methods, this is expected to foster better collaboration efforts that will develop a robust strategy to keep facilities healthier and productive at the workplace.
Sekai nka ha nngwe ya tsone di system tseo tsa marang tse re di dirang tse di bitswang computerized maintenance management system gore ke anong ke go tsamaisa tiro ya gago ya facilities management.
We have computerized maintenance management systems. The system entails the use of a smartphone whereby they use the QR code which connects the customer and the company to resolve matters easily through the online platform.
Ha go scanner gone go gontsha form ya report mo gone mo sa phone ya gagwe ga sna go dira yalo yo ko officing yo le go rulaganya ditiro tsa go dia go mang dia go mang o bona gone go gore go reportilwe se.
Inspiring and integrating the facility managers under one roof will ignite their career going forward.
In the facilities management industry, there are various disciplines, professional disciplines, your engineers, mechanical, electrical, your quantity surveyors, and all these disciplines from the built environment. Now, when we come together as facilities managers, real estate specialists, town planner, we are all facilities management practitioners.
The day has been an eye-opener to some of the key stakeholders. Health and safety amongst employees should be a priority in business and office facilities at all times.
So we have to tie in the fourth industrial revolution in facility management. And having mentioned that C-Track, Botswana, with over 15 years in Botswana operating, it will assist us how to better manage our resources.
The platform welcomed facility managers from various sectors in the building space, including the engineering sector, real estate, amongst others. Moja Timo Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Government has reaffirmed its commitment to develop and implement economic empowerment programs aimed at benefiting citizens and propelling the country towards becoming a high-income economy. The Assistant Minister for Agriculture, Mr. Mulebadzi, highlighted that government is ready to provide a market and put in place necessary systems to enable growth in entrepreneurship. He was sharing insights from the recently launched Tuo Letotlo program in Madinare. Mamusi Siska with more.
In order to attain her goal to becoming a developed country, the government has to promote entrepreneurship and small business development in the country. Agribusiness sector, which holds significant potential for sustainable development, which was somehow neglected, is now being recognized as a crucial area for growth. The government reaffirms its commitment to ensure selected programs are successful.
What is it that really pusora solohetsa gore ha re le neela dio tse re taira? Number 2 ke maraka, both local and international market. Ko di khomong ra solohetsa ebile ra go ema ka dinao gore ra go thusa ka bokenti yo bololameng yo bo hetang yo bo leng teng gompieko. Nna ne lonele se tse rena le madi a gore re itse ra go duela motho bokae phemo morui ya kopanang le ene per day.
Meanwhile, those set to benefit from the various programs are keen to sign up, but have concerns regarding the new Tuo Letlotlo initiative.
Ka re thusa jang ba re eletsang go tsena mo thulaganyong eo, metsi re ka bona jang, di sheltera masaka re ka bona jang.
Ke le gore o tsere re o na le letseno, wena mme o sena letseno o le mme a ba kgonala
ga gona se se palang mo lenaneong. Mongwe le mongwe re tla mo leba case by case. Yes. Go bua tshimo e le gore a gona la le metsi la go a go survey a gona metsi mo teng. Me a gratisa ka lenaneo ra tara epa go sena metsi.
Investing in the agricultural sector could prove worthwhile as, according to the International Trade Administration, the sector contributes approximately 2% to Botswana's gross domestic product. Livestock production, especially cattle, contributing an estimated 80% of the agricultural GDP. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Madinare.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Ms. Gabriela Mohapi, says the ministry is devising ways of improving service delivery. Ms. Mohapi said this at the ministry's leadership forum held in Letlhakane recently. Sibaitseng Tabogo.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Leadership, which comprises of council secretaries and tribal administrators, are gathered here for 2 days to introspect on the ministry's performance, as well as strategize on how to improve service delivery to Botswana. Ms. Mohapi emphasized that the ministry should align itself to the government's national transformation strategy in order to achieve its mandate.
We are responsible for social upliftment. We are also responsible for local economy. So primarily the reason why we are here from a lived reality Botswana. What is our performance? What is it that Botswana are expecting from us as a ministry? But also to say, how are we aligned to government agenda? How are we aligned to the national transformation strategy? How do we feed into Botswana's aspiration of becoming a high income economy? Ghana, we contribute a lot, Rona, as local government, to Botswana becoming a high income economy because these sectors sit within the Khaolo tsa Rona.
One of the main challenges councils face is that of insufficient funds, which the Permanent Secretary highlighted can be overcome through public-private partnership.
As a newly established district is challenged by a shortage of resources such as plant and equipment, shortage of staff and office accommodation, as well as shortage of fleet to facilitate project implementation. In addition, the district is sitting on a deficit amounting to 74 million pula as at the end of 2023-2024 financial year.
We are still recovering as an economy. This means that we need to prioritize and say what the resources that are on, but also partnerships. Are there things that we can achieve through partnerships? The council, most of them in the millions.
Ms. Mohapi also stated that councils should strictly enforce by law regulations to curb littering and improper disposal of waste, to ensure a clean and safe environment throughout the country. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News, Letlhakane.
Liza Sekeng is standing by to give us the latest in sport. Liza? Please proceed.
Thank you so much. Khamotso, good evening. I am Liza Sekeng with your World of Sport. And in our first story, Botswana's 4x400 meter relay team that won gold at the just ended World Athletics Relay Championship held in Bahamas arrived back home yesterday. More details by Bame Lekoma and Tlamelo Muntsusi.
Botswana was represented in the 4x4 women and men's relays as well as the 4x400 meters mixed relays. The 4x400 meters men's team, which comprised of Colin Gibina Tipi, Litile Tebogo, Lungo Scotch, as well as Baya Bondori, were brilliant as they clocked a best time of 2 minutes, 59.11 seconds, to become the first African country to achieve a feat of gold in the 4x400 meters at the event. The team also qualified for the Paris Olympic Games. Botswana previously won a silver medal in 2017 as well as gold in 2019 at the same competition.
But the Ghana is the first ever relay, world relays gold medal for Tamo Botswana. Honemo hela mo tshwantsore re lebogele bana ba gore ba dirile sentle. Ga se hela ba ba winning gold medal. Ki team yote. The spirit was very high. Ba supile gore le ka moso ba ka dira.
We have bronze and silver, so this time it's a gold.
Wow. Yeah, well done. Well done. The team will now turn their focus to the Paris Olympic Games billed for August this year. Bame Legoma, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Tlomeso Timbers and Notwane Ladies Netball Team have unveiled a 50,000 Pula and kit sponsorship. This one-year sponsorship is expected to go a long way in helping improve the day-to-day running of the team. Ryan Kamuyani.
Tlomeso Timbers handed to Notwane a playing kit as well as 50,000 Pula, which will be used in the day-to-day running of the team.
We're very proud to be sponsoring such a hard-working and dedicated team. It gives us, pride, obviously, to be, associated to a team like yours. So, yeah, we just want to thank you for the opportunity, and we really hope that our contribution, our financial contribution, will go a long way in helping develop your team. And we understand, the importance of having good equipment and uniforms. It gives you as a team confidence and, a sense of belonging. So yeah, so as you put on the new uniforms, we really hope you're reminded that you don't just have the support of your friends, family, and the community, but Tlomeso Timbers as well.
When accepting the sponsorship, the chairperson of Notwane Netball Team, Naledi Mabena, said the sponsorship will go a long way in helping them prepare for the upcoming competitions.
I believe your support will make a tremendous impact on our team and allow us to pursue our passion for sport. Because obviously when you have financial support, you will concentrate on doing the best. I would like to assure you that you haven't made a mistake by choosing to sponsor Notwane Netball, because since inception, our team, our brand, has always been above other teams in the netball fraternity. Tlomeso's contribution will allow us to focus on our training and competition without worrying about financial burdens, which has been the case all along.
Notwane represent this brand, Tlomeso Timbers, with pride and dignity. Thank you so much, and make sure you protect this partnership until I see them giving you 1 million.
Notwane Ladies Netball Team are currently 4th on the Lukara Netball League South Zone with 14 points from 12 games, having won 7 and lost 5. Ryan Kamuyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, the Lords FC's women football team are the champions of the Shakawe Stream in the Nghabe Regional Football Association League. The Lords won 7 out of 8 games to accumulate 21 points. The team is currently in a training camp in preparation for playoffs to be played from the 18th to the 19th of May in Maung. They will be competing against the Maung-based Western Dynamites as well as Green Stars of Etsa from Gumare Stream. Tiny Tsukudu.
Since the foundation of Women's Football League by the Shakawe Stream Committee, the Lords is the 3rd team from Shakawe Stream to contend in the Nghabe Regional Playoffs. The winner will then represent Nghabe at the Northern Block Playoffs to be held in Francistown in June. The team, which is composed of 16 ladies, played their hearts out in the 2023-2024 season. The team captain Kibonyiman Semau is confident that her team is ready for battle since they have no injuries that could present a hiccup in their attempt to win the Nghabe Regional Championship.
Na ke le captain re lebile go ya di play off le stopper sane re setse re pankantse hela thata re titele di go ba gone gore go ya ka ha re go tshameka ene ra go tshameka hela mo go thaetse ka lebaka la gore ra go emela se le kgaolo ya rona re go gele di kausu gone re sa di tshitise gore re buele morago ke aka le khona go bona le ka re trainer ka te hela tota gore nya re twagetse di injury tsone ga dio ene le motho a le mongwe hela ke yone nana le yone le go mpena na mthate ga yo pele o setse a le bola pele mme ke tsa gore biketa tota ba ana le rona
re pankantse hela tota ka sengwe le sengwe because we are trying by all means re incorporate some coaches ba kile ba tshameka di stage tse di harloganeng re kopa ditso tsa bone and re leka ka sengwe le sengwe gore re ba he training e le gore ya go tsamaela le weather e le gore ba go tshamekela mo go yone ya phakela we have been training phakela le maitsiboa and re leka go ba bankanya ditlhaloganyo tota mo especially ke ditlhaloganyo gore stage ba style.
Coach Ponsi France, however, said even though they are happy after being pronounced champions, they are still challenged by a lack of resources to take them to the playoffs in Maung.
And ba re kopile gore ba kope the community, the business community go thusa ka gore team e le gore re go tswa ko tlase and team tsa bomme re leka go ba rutsa ka sengwe le sengwe. So I know re kope ba kgwebi botlhe ba le gore bana ba ka kgona go tsenya letsogo mo transporting mo dijo all the logistics tse di cover mo sepilo rona successful.
The two previous Shakawe representatives at the playoffs were Blue Waters women's team, who were the champions for the 2022-2023 season, as well as Mohembo United, who made it for the 2021-2022 season. Tiny Tsukudu, BTV Sport, Shakawe.
Well, and that is it for sport this evening. Khomoso Mapane is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. So let us do this again tomorrow on a Friday.
Thank you so much, Liza. Enjoy whatever is left of Ascension Day, ma'am.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was Liza Seken giving us the latest in sport. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi highlighted the significance of active participation of women in local and international trade. Vice President Mr. Slamba Zohwane has called for institutional and financial support of the African Center of Fertilizer Development. And finally, in sport, the Botswana 4x4 relay team that won gold at the just-ended World Athletics arrived back home. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Lydia Wajokomo. Looking at the current satellite image, patches of clouds are visible over Kalahari district, elsewhere showing clear skies. Tomorrow expecting patches of clouds over Kalahari and southern Gans, also expecting clear skies. In the morning, we're expecting mild temperatures over south and southeast Gauteng, going in southern central and northeast between 8 and 12 degrees Celsius. Also expecting warm temperatures ranging between 14 and 16 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting hot temperatures over Chobe, Ngamile and Khansi and Kalahari district ranging between 31 and 32 degrees Celsius. Also expecting warm temperatures between 28 and 30 degrees Celsius. Now the forecast for this weekend over south and southeast Gauteng and Kweni. We're expecting clear skies on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting patches of clouds. With hot temperatures on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting warm temperatures. Khansi and Kalahari district we're expecting clear skies on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting patches of clouds with hot temperatures in the afternoons. Chobe and Ngamile district we're expecting clear skies on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting patches of clouds with hot temperatures in the afternoons. Central and northeast, we're expecting clear skies over northeast and southern central on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with hot temperatures on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting warm temperatures. Over northern central, we're expecting clear skies on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting patches of clouds with hot temperatures in the afternoons. That's the weather forecast. Good night.
Coming up in this edition of Eye on Saturday.